All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. I sell used books, CDs, DVDs, and some other miscellaneous stuff on platforms like eBay and Amazon, and that is what I do full-time to support my family. Today is a Monday morning. We are shipping out eBay orders today. That's usually what we do on these videos that I film on Mondays. Usually come out about on Tuesdays. But we got 41 orders going out for $947, so pretty decent weekend. Not the best weekend by any means, but a good weekend. First up, we got a 78 record. It's one of these like orange shellac ones. Looks pretty cool. So we're going to be shipping that first because I don't want it to break while I'm shipping everything else out. So I sandwiched these in a piece of cardboard. Then I'm going to take some bubble wrap, wrap it around both sides. Because like these things are not like vinyl records at all. Like these things will break. Like I've sold a lot of 78s. I've shipped out a bunch of them this way. And they don't break when I'm shipping them out this way. Throw a little piece of tape on there so it stays. I'm going to wrap some bubble wrap the other direction. One thing I don't like about 78s is they take forever to ship. Just because like it's a pain. Now, hopefully the audio's a little better this week. I've got the camera clipped to me. I put the little fuzzy thing on it and I'm going to try not to bump it too much. Also, I picked this up. It's some sort of silent packing tape. I meant to order 3-inch, accidentally ordered 2-inch. So we'll try it. Wow, that is much quieter. Let me know how that's coming off on camera. The only squeak is actually from the thing spinning on the tape gun. So we'll see how we like it. I'll put a link to it down in the description below. I'm just honestly worried it's not going to be sticky enough for the boxes, but we shall see. It doesn't feel as sticky as my go-to tape I normally use. But we're going to be trying it out. Yeah, it's not as sticky. Like I'm having to like push it on the box pretty good. I don't know. If it works for you guys, it works for me. So these always, when I pack them this way, come out to 2 pounds. We're going to ship this medium mail. What did this sell for? $12. Oof. I will list these as low as 20. I really do not like accepting offers below 15, but apparently I did. But this was one of the oldest ones listed in the store. So, you know what? It's moved. It's gone. We'll put $8 in our pocket or whatever after everything. It's okay. Not the best thing we've sold today. This right here is the best thing we've sold today. It's a book, The Holy Spirit Dance Club. We're going to be shipping that out. This sold for $101.24. I actually have a second copy of this that should be listed into the store any day now. Need a bigger envelope. I don't know why I grabbed that green one. And this is going to New York. I think this was written in that area. So, good to see it going back. Let's see what this weighs. Just under a pound. Sales were fairly good this weekend, but I think a big reason for that, why I saw them better than what I've been seeing the last few weeks, is because last week I focused way more on eBay than I did Amazon. What I've been trying to do for a big chunk of this year, which it's been a crazy year with the move and everything, like consistency has not been there. Let's get this IKEA bag set up so we don't have to move around. What I've been trying to do this year is list 360 per week on Amazon, 100 per week on eBay. Last week, I kind of flip-flopped it. I just sent 100 to Amazon. We did just a few more than that. And then I sent 100 listings to my VA to do, which is just like my normal books, like single books, as you can see behind me. And then I listed a whole bunch of random stuff myself. Did some like electronics we had sitting around. We did a sewing machine or two. And then I also did like a bunch of book lots, different things like that. And I think that's why we saw more eBay sales, was just I was listing more on eBay. Some of that stuff was selling, especially the electronics I listed. Like if you need sales quick, electronics is usually a great category to go to. Way better than media, way better than sewing machine parts if you're needing fast cash. But you know what? not as easy to find. It's not as fun to work with. For me, Handwriting by Rachel's. This sold for $5.36. It is going out the 4-ounce rate, which is still cheaper to go ground advantage than medium mail. Pretty cool. We did sell one more record. This is a 45. The 45s, what I do is I stick them inside of a box that I have not used yet. This is like the 6x4x4 box you can get from eBay. Throw it inside of a bubble mailer. Take it from Gyropack. Links to all the shipping supplies are in the description below. If you enjoy this video and you just want to support the channel, like clicking on those links when you're ordering the stuff that you are already ordering anyways, helps out the channel, whether that be stuff that is on eBay, Amazon, Gyropack, wherever. But that's how I ship my 45s. There's probably cheaper ways to ship them out, but like not really faster ways to ship them out. This one did stay under 4 ounces. So that's pretty cool. $4.08 to ship it to Texas. I don't think I really had any comments or things to talk about today. I know like AI listing is one big topic right now that everybody is talking about. I signed up for Text Tool like right as soon as it came out. It was a few hours after he announced it in that morning call in his group. I got one email saying I could sign up for it. Actually like 3 emails, but then I wasn't able to sign up. Went back and forth with support for a few days. Like they took forever to get back to me. And then once they initially started getting back to me, they were much faster. But now I finally have another invitation email to get in to try it out. But I've seen some demos on it and different things, and I am just not super impressed with what it does with media yet. But I don't know. I want to drop the $50 to be disappointed. I think it's worth trying it out. So I'm going to drop the $50, try it out, see how it goes. Probably just do a month of it. Which for $50, I'm going to get 100 listings. I guess that's basically 1 week of my VA. My printer just like pulled a rubber band through there with it. My kids were in here playing with rubber bands. So it did not print that label good. So let's reprint that label. That looks much better. Also, I need to figure out how to change the settings on this printer. I hit the button on top of it the other day. I'd set something on top of it. It prints really slow now. The quality's better, but it prints really slow. So I need to go in and figure that out soon. We got lots of sewing machine parts going out today, which is nice to see. Here's a little needle clamp off of something. I think it's a white machine. Where is it? Right there. Yep, a white 77. Sold this for $8.67. Although I always overcharge on the shipping on these. The buyer was charged $6.30 for shipping. It's going to cost us $4.14 on shipping. So we'll probably actually make like $6-7 when that's all said and done, which is pretty cool. But anyways, AI listers are the big talk of the reseller community right now. I don't think they're there quite yet, but I think we're getting really close. The biggest problem for me is a lot of the stuff I list is not stuff that they're going to be able to do good with. Like the local cookbooks from different towns, that type of stuff. I'm not seeing good results with the AI listers on that type of stuff. Stuff that like just the book is not out there, which is a lot of the stuff that I am listing. Some of this antiquarian stuff or just super uncommon stuff. Like it's going to struggle with that type of stuff. Your modern barcode stuff, yeah, it'll do fine. But if you're wanting to do a whole bunch of modern barcode stuff, you might as well be using different software like Cash Monkey or something like that. While that software is more expensive to like initially get into, the cost per listing, if you're doing big volume, which is what you need to do in that newer type stuff, especially low dollar stuff, paying 50 cents a listing is not going to get you there. That's where something like Cash Monkey or Monsoon or some of that other software can be a lot better. But yeah, Oh, this was just some CD we sold out. I don't even know what it was. This one's going to Glendale Heights, Illinois, which means it's international. I did have an international buyer try and help. They wanted me to commit international postal fraud, but I was not going for that. They were in Greece. What did they buy? They bought a CD. It wasn't the CD. They bought a CD. And they're in Greece, so they want it shipped to Greece. However, they put in an address for Canada. Oh no. Sewing machine part just fell in the trash. We'll have to get that later. They wanted it. They put in an address for Canada. The reason they did that is to save on the VAT, the value added tax that a lot of European countries have to pay. Apparently Greece has to pay that. So they're like, they didn't ask me this before they buy it or nothing. They just put in this Canadian address, which I don't know what the Canadian address, where it was going to. I should have probably looked it up. And they were just like, hey, save me on VAT, ship this to Greece instead. I'm like, oh my goodness. So what I do in those types of situations is I play dumb because I don't handle international shipping myself. Like I ship through the eBay global shipping program. Is that the name of it nowadays? I can't remember. They've changed the name of it a couple times over the years, but global shipping program. Let me just call it that for now. That's what I use, where I ship it to Glendale Heights, Illinois. Let me get this part out. Look at that tiny thing. It's like I've been so worried about losing that today. And then from there, eBay handles the international shipping. So like, I wouldn't have even actually seen the Canadian address or the Greece address if they hadn't messaged me with like all the details about this CD that they had bought. So instead of like trying to figure out how to do that, which I didn't even receive money for international shipping, I just received the money for domestic shipping. I just messaged them and be like, that's really strange. I don't do international shipping. I'm seeing an address for Illinois for my ship to address. Do you want me to cancel the order? I can't ship to Greece. That's what I said, because like I do not ship to Greece. I ship to Illinois whenever there's international buyers that use the eBay global shipping program, international shipping program. They really should not change names of stuff. It messes me up. So they were real nice. They're like, oh yeah, just go ahead and cancel. And so I canceled the order for them and moved on with my day. So that's how we handled this. This one is a CD that is actually on consignment. Only sold for $10. We did not make a lot, but we will make half of that. Cost $4.14 to ship it out. And we will come up here. I usually update my spreadsheet right away, but we will just update it later. Since I'm talking to you guys, don't want you guys watch me update the spreadsheet too much. I did go ahead and put the price in there. CD 2-in-1, some sort of like Mexican Latin type thing. Dos albums a Procino de Uno. Sure, I pronounced that horribly. It says brand new sealed. This type of stuff typically does horrible on Amazon, this Latin stuff, but usually does fairly good for me on eBay. We sold this for $18 plus shipping. Anytime I find this stuff, like I pretty much just grab all of it if it's cheap enough, because even in lots, it does totally fine. Questions for you CD sellers. How many of you guys add an extra wrap of bubble wrap? Something I do. I've been doing it for several years now. Man, this is hard to get in this package for some reason. I must not have wrapped it very well. But I'm starting to consider not doing it. I know a lot of the big sellers don't do it. I just feel like, man, these jewel cases are so breakable. Like adding that little extra piece of bubble wrap, I get lots of good messages, good feedback about that. So probably should keep doing it, but it adds an extra expense, cost of the bubble wrap, just the time of wrapping it. So I don't know. My time is probably better spent doing other things. Next we got Diane. Was this signed? No, it wasn't. I was thinking of a different book I had. It sold for $18 though. Oh, it is a first edition. Pretty cool. Oh, looks like I charged 2 pounds medium now. But we're just going to see what it actually weighs. Just under a pound, 15 pounds, or not 15 pounds, 15.5 ounces. But anyways, back to the grease story. So I just canceled on the guy after he said that. Used buyer asked to cancel. I didn't have the choice of issues with shipping address. I'm guessing because that was an eBay global shipping program one, but I hadn't noticed that before. Usually I have that option of putting problem with shipping address, which is what I was going to put down. And it wasn't an option because I guess there can't be a problem on my end with the shipping address if it's going to Glendale Heights, which is the town where they collect all of that stuff to send it internationally for eBay. Anyways, what would you have done in that situation, just out of curiosity? Would you have just shipped it and ignored them? I know that's what some people do. Would you have tried to figure out how to ship it to Greece for them? Would you have done something like I did, something different? Let me know down in the comment section. It's a weird situation. I've had things like that happen before, but I've never had like the Canada to Greece specifically, or just like, I don't know, it was just a weird situation. Here's another bobbin cover. I shipped one of these out earlier. I want to make sure. Yep. Okay. I did not screw that up. Sometimes when I'm shipping out like multiples of the same type of part, but off of different machines, I got to be careful. Like if I got 2 or 3 different presser foots, it's easy to get them mixed up. Luckily, we did not this time. Man, we got so much stuff to ship. This is nice. So anyways, let's go back to AI shipping and talk about that a little more. Not AI. Did I say AI shipping? AI listing. I do think we're going to be there soon. I think within the next 2 years, we will definitely be there. But we are not there yet. I'm going to go ahead and try it out and see if there's like a subset of items that it makes sense for. Like I could see it making sense for CDs and DVDs, even uncommon stuff. Books are just a lot harder. So I don't see it making as much sense for books, but maybe it will. This was like one of those Magic Jack phone things. Not 100% sure how they work. Some way of basically getting a phone line, maybe through your computer. I don't know if it's voice over internet or what exactly, but it sold. I listed 2 of them on Friday, so glad to see that one going out to California. This is cool. This has been in the store forever. I had it marked pretty high. It's like old school Ninja Turtle. It's that wallpaper you put around the top of the room, whatever you want to call that. I had these priced really high at first. I had a couple of them. I think this was the last one left. Finally sold it at $12 plus shipping. Accepted an offer just because it's time for it to be gone. Let's try out the quiet tape again. So if I just put it on the box, it doesn't stick. I have to like use my hand to press down. Not super excited about it, but man, it's quiet. I could see if you had like babies at home you're not trying to wake up or something like that. Oh, that could be super handy. Or maybe if you're just filming a YouTube video and you don't want the tape super loud. Oh. Let me know down in the comment section. Do you like the tape? Do you not like the tape? I feel like once it gets on there, it's sticking well. Especially like when I'm putting tape, always overlapping it because tape sticks really well to tape. It sticks well to itself. It does not stick as well to cardboard in general, especially this stuff I'm seeing. So like, as long as I've always got the tape touching itself, it's going to be just fine probably. We'll keep an eye on this stuff, but we will keep an eye on it. Let's see what we got. Here's an Aztec skirt going out. Let's see, what did this sell for? This sold for $18 plus shipping. I actually just relisted this because a buyer bought it for like, I think I accepted an offer down to like $12 and they never paid. So it's nice to see it actually sell at 18 after it got relisted. And it had been listed a while before that, and it weighs less than a pound, which is absolutely great. So this is going to be at 15 ounces, 10 by 13 by 1 is what it measures. $6.57. I feel like I still don't understand my box system well enough yet. I've been working with the shipping station for a couple of weeks now. I'm still always asking myself, like, where did I put the 8 by 6 by 4 boxes? Where are they at? Where are the 10 by 8 by 6s? Like, I don't know why. I can't just seem to remember. I'm sure I will eventually. Next up, we're going to ship out a couple of hats. The hat market is one I can see the AI listers like making even worse than they currently are. Because like the hat market over the last 5 years has been going down because a lot more people have been getting into volume there, using templates and different things to list like thousands and thousands of hats. Some of that I think is due to James, my boring reseller life, or Urban Picker, or whatever his YouTube channel is called right now, because like he sells a lot of hats and he inspires lots of other people to like do big volume with hats. Like I probably would not list as many hats as I do if it wasn't for him and the success that I see him having. But like just with that AI tool, I can see the hat situation getting even worse because like the market has been going down. I don't think it's less demand. I think it's just more supply on the market. There's a whole bunch of little people, different animals, figures. It took a long time to sell, but my photo that I had for it originally, absolutely terrible. You cannot tell what you're getting from that main photo. I think that was a big part of the problem. And also just the title is not good. So, but we sold them $4.50. They are gone. We're moving on. Also, I'm looking around. I did not pull everything today, so I might have to go do that in just a minute. Maybe we'll do that later off camera. Who knows? It has been 23 minutes. I wonder how many we've shipped. We've got 22 left. So we've done 19 in 23 minutes while we're talking. That's over 1 a minute, which is not where I want to be, but also not bad. Also realizing how much stuff I did not pull. I think there's 2 at least. Sold this shirt. This is some sort of island in Florida. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. It's like a vintage shirt, blue, size medium. Sold for $6. It was on like a 50% off sale. It's going to Texas. Going into one of our gyro pack green bags. The size is 10 by 13 by 1. It does weigh under 8 ounces, so $4.44 to ship it out. Next up is the CD that looks like nothing. It looks like some sort of self-released thing. It is signed. This is Brett Graham, 2001. I pretty much always list this type of stuff. If there's none of it out there, like, I'll throw it up. I will list it. And this one did good. What do we get out of this? Let's go look. $27. So the only reason I would have listed this at $27 is if there was actually comps to somewhat support that. And apparently there was. So this one's going to somebody in Texas. Yeah. $27. That's really nice. Probably listed at $30 with a 10% off sale would be my guess. I am always, not always running, I very frequently am running a 10% off sale in my store. Like, things seem to move just so much better when I'm doing a 10% off sale. This is going to weigh 4 ounces. I don't need to weigh it. But anything that there is nobody on, there's no listing for it, as far as a CD, I'm going to list that. Usually that stuff will sell to like maybe the person that sang it, somebody in their family, somebody close to them, but that stuff is going to sell, especially like the older it is, the better I find it to be. I had somebody reach out one time just because they're like, how'd you even find this? Because the cover art was different than the like cover art they usually had. Apparently they only printed a few hundred with that cover art. And they gave them out at like one show that they randomly did in St. Louis one time. And it was supposed to be for like a joke, because the cover art was kind of funny. And I don't know, they didn't end up buying it, which I thought was weird enough to message me and ask me about it. Although it did end up selling later to somebody else, so I don't know what happened there. But if nobody has that CD available, I list that CD. And I know not all music sellers do that, but to me, like, a CD takes up almost no space. They take almost no time to list. It's worth trying that and getting 20 bucks out of it, like 25% of the time. That's usually about where I'm listing those. I'm listing them 15 to 20. Typically, they're going to sell around that price. I'm not going to have to accept offers on that type of stuff as often because there's no competition. And it does absolutely great, that type of stuff. Next up, we've got this cool little cookbook. Where was this from? Let's go look. I remember it was going, Franklin, Tennessee. That's right. And it was going to an account that looks like it's owned by a bookstore in Franklin, Tennessee. Yeah, and I did accept an offer on it because of that. Actually, I probably would accept that offer no matter what. I almost countered on this one, but I did not. Oh, somebody's coming in. Who we got? Oh, it's just Felicia. I'm filming a video if you want to come in here or not. Okay, she doesn't want to come in here now. Anyways, this one's going to Franklin, Tennessee, $10 plus shipping. I'm currently listing my local cookbooks at $20 plus shipping. But if somebody sends me an offer, I accept the offer. And also, I charged £3 on the shipping, which is what I usually do on like any of them that are in binders. And this one weighs just under £1. So it's nice. I'm getting an error on eBay when trying to generate the label. Let's refresh the page. Try it again. Come on. The wheel is spinning. Okay, good, it printed. Thought USPS was going to be down for a minute. Also, I forgot to schedule a USPS pickup for today. At this new location that we moved to, I now have to schedule all of my USPS pickups. And the driver wants me to like each day get at least very close on how many packages I'm going to have. And I'm so not used to doing that. At my last location, I was able to go in and just schedule out like 6 months worth of packages and just kind of put an average in there. And it was totally fine. And the reason I was able to do that was because I was both the first and the last stop on the route. Because like she kind of did like this big circle and I was fairly close to the post office. So like she could stop at my place twice, and when being the last route, like the vehicle would be empty. But where I'm at now, I'm fairly early on the route. So he needs to know if he's got enough space for me or if he needs to change up his route that day, which he will do if he needs to. He just needs that information about how many packages I'm having, type of deal. And I'm not good at doing that. Also, I am very far from the road. Like we are quite a ways up from the road. So he's not going to come up here unless he needs to pick up packages, because he will come up my crazy long driveway, which I am so thankful that he does that. This is another book on consignment. What is this? Strength of Materials, 2nd edition. I had somebody the other day tell me this type of stuff does not sell. But this one we've sold after being listed for probably 3 weeks for $15. Full asking price. It does weigh 3 pounds. We charged 4 pounds for shipping. So it's going to cost us $6.13 to ship it out. Not bad. Not too shabby. But yeah, even though it's an outdated textbook, like some of that specific engineering type stuff I find can do fairly good because that information is not always readily available on the internet. Some people want that. Next up, we got the Eternal Kingdom, A History of the Church by Maddox. This one is also on consignment to the same person. Listed, looks like about the same time as that other one. These were estate sale leftovers. I think these two books actually came from the same estate. It's stuck on me. Anybody else ever have that problem? Like a little bit of glue came off with it. The glue strip still looks good though. £2, $5.38 to ship it out. Not bad. I'm happy with that. Oh, what else we got? Here's some electronics that we listed on Friday. Did a bunch of electronics. Should have done some more. I just ran out of time. I'm happy we did. These are two Blackberries. They have chargers with them. Now with phones, I do not test phones because there's so many things that can go wrong with like carrier locks, with like SIM password. I don't know, but there's a lot of issues with phones. And I find the time that you spend putting into phones to have like a good unlocked, ready to go phone, it's not worth the extra money you're going to get. So we just sold these together, listed for 15. Somebody offered me 10. We took it and we ran because phones can be a messy category. It can be more of a scammy category. This buyer is somebody that refurbishes phones. So, and I could just tell that by the name of the account. So I'm not expecting to see an issue with it. Happy to see it go. They'll put an hour into those phones or maybe less, and you know, maybe make $30 or something, but it's just not an expertise I have. Not something I want to mess with. Next up, I got something that usually does not sell for near as much money. This is a college yearbook. Also Oklahoma State. I find a bunch of Oklahoma State ones around here. Usually they're worthless, but for whatever reason this year, 1987, this one's worth a little bit more money. I seem to always find the same exact college yearbooks. It's not going to fit my biggest bubble mailer. I think a big part of the difference in value on these college yearbooks is just how well they did selling them that particular year. So like how many of them are there out there? Like there's this green one. Let's say it's like 67, 65. I can't remember what the exact year is. I see that thing everywhere, like all the time. Like I think everybody that graduated that year actually bought one. They did a really good job of selling them that year, and they apparently printed a whole bunch of them because those things are just everywhere. This one I've never seen before, 1987. So I'm going to assume they didn't sell as many that year. They did not do a good job of selling them. And so because of that, the supply of them is a lot lower. I'm going to assume that's a big part of why the price difference is what it is. Because this one I sold for 45. That green one that I see all the time, I usually don't even list it because usually it sells for like $5, $10, maybe $12. And it's this big, heavy book. Like this thing weighs exactly 6 pounds. You know what? We better measure it because 10, 13, 2, where this is going. Yeah, medium mail's probably going to be cheaper. Let's look. Nope, Ground Advantage is cheaper. It's going to Indiana. Who in Indiana needs an Oklahoma State yearbook from 1987? I don't know, but that is the wonder and the magic of eBay right there. This person would never have been able to find that without eBay. And that's a big part of why I love this platform. Like, $45 in my pocket. They're able to get something they wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. Really cool. Oh, I'm looking. Most of the stuff that is left is not stuff that I pulled. Here is a bobbin winder off of some sort of sewing machine. A Genome Magnolia. This one is going to go in a box. The only reason I'm putting this in the box is it's got this long metal piece that like could very easily bend. So we're gonna stick it in there. I save all the dunnage we get from like ordering stuff off of Amazon. And I try to reuse it. I have a box sitting right over here that I just kind of fill up. And that saves me from having to buy as much packing paper. Bought packing paper the other day. I was like, oh my goodness. Feels like just paying money to basically throw stuff away. So like I try and save as much of that as possible. Even like this right here. It's this giant thing where we've printed all these shipping labels today. I'm going to save that for dunnage as well. Like dunnage, just void fill to fill the space of the box. So I do not have to buy near as much of that packing paper because like I might as well. I can pick this up off the floor and put it in the trash can, or I can pick this up off the floor and stick it over there and use it for dunnage. So we're going to use it for dunnage. Might as well. I don't think it looks trashy. Some people might. Up next, let's do this one. Sidewinder. This is the original Pro. Sidewinder Precision Pro. If you have the Pro 2, it's worth a little bit more money. The only reason this one's actually worth selling is it's got this actual like dongle adapter to go from whatever this like serial to USB or whatever. Without that, because of the weight, they're not necessarily worth it, but you know what? I listed this on Friday for $15. I spent basically no time on it at all. I didn't even test this thing. I probably should have, but this came from an estate where the condition of everything was just immaculate. And like, this thing was not owned by a child. This was owned by an adult. We are gonna, you know what? We're gonna use all that dunnage this time. So we need a lot of it. Probably not enough. Okay, I'm gonna take the one label off that's printed with the rubber band on it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Now I don't have to throw that in the trash, so it saves me on my trash bill a little bit, or at least gives me more space in my trash. And it was a little bit less paper for me to have. Just over 2 pounds, which is fine. So I put 3 pounds as a shipping weight. Box measures 12 by 12 by 12. $6.65 to ship. It's pretty cool. There we go. Not a bad day. Let's see what else we got left. You know what? This video is almost at 40 minutes. So I think we're going to shut it off. That'll also allow me to turn the fan on because it's starting to get a little warm in here for the day. I'm not running AC in this garage yet. I haven't needed to yet, but it does start getting warm. So we're going to turn the fan on in a minute. So let me just show you what else we got left. Sewing machine part. A whole bunch of plates. Somebody bought 10 different plates. This print is Pope Gosser. So nice little lot there. We got a Hero Quest like expansion pack of some sort. We've got 2 of these binders. These are for Sheet Metal Apprentice Workbooks, Volume 1 and 2. We have a $20 Vietnamese CD that I did not pull. We have a hat. This was actually one of those K Products hats, which used to be worth a lot more money. It's camouflage, sold for $10. That's it. That's everything we got. So anyways, it's been 40 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to cut this one short, turn on the fan, and I guess pile these packages by the door because I did not schedule a pickup, but I need to schedule my pickup for tomorrow. But anyways, see you guys later. Goodbye.